Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
Great. How are you doing?
Man, fantastic.
How you guys doing?
How you
Better be good.
good day, mate.
Good eye, mate. How you doing, Gov? I haven't heard
Go
anyone say Gov. Governor.
governor.
Yeah, I know. I don't think anyone actually has
You know,
ever
all
said
the
that. That's
I have a handful of friends that I've spoken to that are from England and none of them
y-
say that.
yeah. What about Australians?
I only really know like 3 or 4.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If anyone here is from Australia and you've said governor or you know people who say it, like Gov,
Yeah.
you let us know. Tell us how it is. Tell us the truth, man.
Am I cosplaying Walter White?
Who's Walter White?
Walter White from Breaking Bad
You know
as a
what? So
character.
funny. I heard that and I was like, I think that's the Breaking Bad character.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I knew. Like, I don't know how I actually knew that because I don't watch the show because I refuse to watch a show whose entire premise is like doing something bad and trying to get away with it. Like, what? Why would I subject myself to that kind of? I don't
Because
know.
it's
That's just
full
not
of
my thing.
intrigue and it's full of killing other people and it's full of craziness.
Great. That's what I need in my life. That's the influence that my brain needs.
It is totally, totally.
If I wanted that, let's go play a violent video game, man.
I mean, I like those too. I tell you.
Yeah.
I don't know,
I
but
don't have to be the bad guy in those, you know? It's just
you're the
there's
bad guy
some
to your
justice in those.
opponents.
That's so true.
Like when
That's
we,
so true.
yeah, like
They better
when.
see me as the bad guy. I'm coming in there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And throw your turrets around and zap people with them.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm all about.
Yeah. I need to
Uh-huh.
cook. Let me cook.
Yeah. Why is there no chef characters in Overwatch? Like that would be awesome. We need like Mr. Game and Watch style chefery going on in that game.
Mr. Game and Watch?
Yeah. Old school, very, very old school black and white video game. Um, is a black stick figure and he does like the pan flip with the sausage and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You ever played it? You know what I'm talking
Nope.
about?
Nope.
Ah, that's okay. That's okay.
I'm not as old as you.
That's true. That's true. Because you're back to being 29? Are you back to being 29 again?
I don't know how old I am anymore. I'm just like
Oh,
I'm
now you
so
just
conflicted, man. I might be
yeah.
14.
Jeez.
I mean, look at me.
Is that what does that make you? Gen Z or Gen Alpha? I don't
That's
know
still
the
Gen Z.
I don't know the cutoff. Okay, when's the cutoff for that?
Gen Alpha people are like, I think the oldest Gen Alphas are like 11 or maybe 12 right now.
Um, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So,
Well, there you go.
anyway, welcome
Now we know.
everybody to Don't Worry Wednesday. You made it.
Yeah.
And so did we. We're so excited.
You've done the thing.
You did it.
You've done the thing that we've asked of you.
Yeah,
We didn't
you
really ask,
joined
but
us.
thank you.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
thank you for being here. We love you guys. We love this time we get to spend with you every week. And we're just super happy to be here. We're glad that we made it. And yeah, yeah. Yep, it just started Snowlock. We started a little bit late. We had a whole bunch of
Yeah, sorry
topics
about that.
actually that came in. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, it
Keep
took a long
sending
time
them.
for me to process those. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
But it's so funny because for me, it's like, it's 20 after 8 at night. And so I've been up for a while already. Ryan has just gotten up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Yeah, and
early morning.
even though even though it is 11:20, me and my wife have been periodically staying up an extra 2 hours every day
Mm-hmm.
for the last for 3 or 4 days. Because what we're trying to do is get on a schedule. Sounds ridiculous, but we're trying to get on a schedule where we wake up at 12 a.m. and go back to sleep at 2 p.m.
Okay.
Yes.
And you
And that
sleep
will
for
allow
10
us.
hours?
So how that work? Hold on. 12? No, sorry, 4 p.m. We go to bed at
Okay.
4 p.m. So I think if I'm trying to, correct me if I'm wrong, Nyansai. But anyways, the plan is to get ourselves on a schedule that lines up better with Americans and also allows us to still meet, like still go to church on Sunday morning and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that, okay, 4 p.m. Thank you, sweetheart. So that would also allow us to stream at better times because we've been streaming more recently, and we're gonna hit an audience that's well, not just a bigger audience, but like the audience that we have is mostly based in the United States of America for both of us. So it just makes sense. And waking up in the morning like this to do a stream is hard. But it's okay. But it's a lot easier, way easier. And it's way easier to go to church and like focus for me if it isn't first thing in the morning. If it's like in the afternoon, that's when my or afternoon or evening, that tends to be like for me like when I have the most focus. So yeah. So we're just rewriting our schedule, but because we're adding rather than subtracting, that means today I had to wake up for the show after 4 or 5 hours of sleep. So I just wasn't feeling super on point this morning. I was like, wow.
That's okay. That's okay. You're here and you look great.
Yeah.
You sound great.
Yes. Might take a nap later. We'll see how it goes.
That's all right. I'll take a nap too. Mine will just be called sleeping.
Yours will be an extended nap. I'm gonna go take an extended nap.
Yes, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be wonderful. But yeah, so welcome to Don't Worry Wednesday. It's the show that's about you guys, your topics. Thank you guys so much for all the topics. Keep sending them. We love them. And we love sharing with you guys. We love sharing this time.
Yeah.
We're not professional therapists. We're not professional counselors. We're not professional advice columnists or anything. We're not doctors. We're not attorneys. We're not
we're
football
not
players.
magazine.
We're not cricket players.
We're not crickets.
We're not crickets. We're not professional.
We're not players.
We're not professional bass fishermen.
We're not bass. We're not professional.
Nope.
Well, we are professional musicians.
Yeah.
And so on.
We're us. We're professional
that whole
stuff.
Realm.
Wait, you thought we were what?
I thought you were crickets.
Crickets.
You thought we were crickets? Cricket sounds?
Or maybe professional bass fishermen or bass. Or professional sandwich artists.
Oh, Moonlit, you got me there. We might be. We might be. Jeez, seriously, some of the sandwiches I kick out of my oven are like,
dude, I make some amazing sandwiches too, straight out of the fridge.
But you don't get paid for it.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Right. Yeah, when I was in middle school, I had a professor. He was our music teacher, and he said, "You know the difference between someone who's good at what they do and a professional?" And the whole class was just like, "I don't know." And they're like, "Professional gets paid, and they can be crap.
Yeah.
They can literally be terrible, but they get paid." And we're like, "Oh." And then it clicks later in life. Like, I see what he's saying. Like, there are people who are professionals. They don't know what they're doing, but they're called professionals because they get paid. Not saying that's every person or professional. That just happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get thrown in to be a teacher, aka a professor, and you're like, I don't even want to be here. I didn't study to learn how to teach. Shouldn't be a teacher. There are actually several teachers that I had that admitted that was the case for them, and you could kind of tell they weren't into the whole social thing with children.
Yeah.
It's like they were not a professor and professional in that sense, but they were paid for it, so they had Yeah, and they were like, I'm teaching a field that I don't want to be teaching, and I didn't go into. I don't know why I'm teaching
I don't know
physics.
why I'm here. What am I doing here?
Yeah,
But they
yeah,
keep
yeah.
sending me money. And so like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'll keep showing up. I
Yeah.
get it.
I mean, they tried. It's not like they were bad people. They tried their best. They just
Mhm.
weren't excited about it, and so they didn't really get into it. So they couldn't really teach it that well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that. Dude,
I
I've
was a
been a
professional
professional
chef at
so
some
many
point.
things. Yes, you were. You were a
Yeah.
professional taco chef.
I was a professional. What would you say? Over the counter dealer for
Like
tacos.
like Walter White. Oh wait, no, he
Yeah.
wasn't the
What? No. What?
dealer. He wasn't a dealer.
Cashier. Okay, cashier. That's what they call
Oh yeah,
taco
I was a
dealer.
professional cashier. I was a
Yeah.
professional stocker, like
Oh
stocking
yeah.
shelves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I did that. I did professional stocking.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. I did professional baking. I was a baker,
Yeah.
even though I basically almost never baked.
Mm.
I did all the prep work,
Yeah.
but that was fun actually. I that was honestly of every job I've ever had, other than where what I get to do now. Um, being a chef or being a baker was
Mm-hmm.
was the best. It was just like go 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 because I had, and that's not like what you expect from a baker, but that was our situation. It was just go 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 because we had um it was in, what's the name of that place? It's in the mountains. It's in Colorado.
Estes Park.
And thank you, Estes Park.
Mm-hmm.
It was in Estes Park, and it's basically this, and I was only for the summer, and you just like that bakery inside of Safeway, sorry, the bakery inside of Safeway makes more sales during the summer than all of the other Safeways in the United States combined.
Whoa. In little
Combined.
old Estes
So,
Park?
and little Estes Park, we pushed. It was awesome, but like, it was a great time.
Wow.
hmm Yeah. So if you go into baking, don't expect that experience, but that was my experience, and it was a lot. It was a great time.
That's cool.
hmm
Twashu, did you get paid to skip school?
You're a professional school skipper? Dang.
School
You're a
skipper?
professional skipping school. Oh, that kind of makes sense because if you skip school for a job, you're getting paid. But you're not getting paid to skip school. You're just skipping
You
school
might
and
get
getting paid for a
paid
job.
in addition to skipping school.
Or did someone come up to you and say, "Don't come into school today," and then give you some money?
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Uh-huh.
Alfonso says I look like The Rock now.
Dang. Rock the Dwayne
Yeah,
Johnson.
Rock the Dwayne. And is that
What's the other guy's
is
name?
that
White?
John O'Taylor? What?
Walter. Walter.
Walter White?
Walter White. That's the other. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so now I've been called Walter White. I've been called The Rock.
Rock the Dwayne
And
Johnson.
I have a beard. When
Oh,
does Dwayne Johnson, did he do a role where he's got a beard? Anytime I see him anymore, he's like totally clean shaven.
I think you're
Maybe I
just the
just look like
mix.
him. Maybe I just have
You're
that. Maybe I just have that
yeah,
hotness and I'm ripped, you know?
yeah, yeah.
I've been
You're
told, you know
you're
what?
like you're like Walter Rock, the white Dwayne Johnson,
Yeah, Wahlberg
and
and Vin
yeah,
Diesel.
Vin Diesel. That's right, Vin Diesel. That don't forget that one.
Yep, there was somebody who told me I had a Vin Diesel vibe going on.
Uh-huh.
The priest, your brother's priest told me, he was like, "Man,
Oh, that's right. I
you
was
gotta
thinking
get."
that.
Oh, you were. That's it. Yes.
Yeah,
He goes.
yeah.
I'm sure you get this all the time, but man, you really look like Mark Wahlberg. And I was like, I've never heard that before in my life.
That's great because I heard, and I think I've seen it a little bit. Like, yes, he does the Fast and Furious stuff, right, Vin
Yeah,
Diesel.
Vin Diesel. Yeah,
But outside of the movies, if you like encounter him or see what he's like, he's he doesn't play like the hard guy. He's like super soft, super
yeah.
relatable,
He's
got
a
a
really
kind,
good
passionate
dancer.
face, attentive, and it's like I can see like if you saw if you saw him from that side, you might think he look like him in that kind of composure.
Mm.
Because you don't have an aggressive tone about you like Vin Diesel,
Yeah, I
you know,
do. Yeah,
at
I
least in the
do.
movies. Yeah. Maybe when you were doing inspections, and you're like, get out of my way, I gotta go do my inspection. Yeah.
Thank you, Ellie. I look like Joe
Mm.
Anderson. All these other guys look
Ah,
like
so
Joe
true.
Anderson.
That's true.
Joe
Joe
Anderson is the
Anderson is
Standerson.
the standard.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And Jono, it's been forever. I haven't seen you. Man, it's great to see
Yeah.
you, buddy. I
I'm happy to see
want
you.
some egg and bacon. I want some of that. And yeah, Gordon
Yeah.
Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay can weep, and I would be fine with that. He's kind of a mean person to people on his shows.
Yeah.
Nah. Oh, you're gonna drive
see.
over. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Ooh. Drive right over the water.
Drive right over
Dude,
that ocean,
do it.
man.
Yeah. But use a boat. Don't use a car. That is not gonna work. Unless it's a boat car.
That's right. Let's hope.
John Cena.
What? John Cena? What? Man. I look like all these attractive wrestlers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Drive across the ocean bed. It'll be cool. Just, don't wait till you get here to make the eggs and bacon, so they don't turn out soggy. If you're a little soggy, that's okay. I'll still love you. Sea salt marinade. That'd be good.
Oh, that's what it is. No, Joe, you look like a bearded, mustachioed, bald version of what is it? Why can't I come like his head? His name was just in my head. Who did the movie? Wow, my brain. Everything's gone. Hold on.
Who did the movie
Who did
Silence
a
of the
lot
Lambs?
Who did the movie? Who did the movie Mr. Deeds?
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler. That's Adam Sandler. You look like a
Really?
mustachioed, bearded, bald Adam Sandler. That's it. Oh my gosh! Look, it's Adam Sandler. No, sorry.
Oh my god. All right, just name all the celebrities you can think of.
Yeah, just anybody you guys know. That's him. Wait, no, it's the donkey from Shrek. No, the Cookie Man, the cooked gingerbread guy from Shrek. That's who you look like. Without the gumdrops.
Really? Oh, not
Yeah.
my gumdrop buttons. I look like anyone with a beard, so I look like Ryan? Oh, Ryan doesn't have a beard anymore.
Oh my gosh, you look so much like me.
Man, I know.
Oh my gosh, that's actually a really good one. When you go up to someone, you'd be like, I'm sure you get this a lot. You look just like me.
When?
That would be such a funny thing to say to somebody.
Yes.
I'm sure you get this all the time, but you look just like me. Like, what? That's a curveball.
I look like the shark from Shark Tale if it had a cool
Wow.
mustache. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Abraham Lincoln, that's... Oh my gosh, I forgot everyone was saying that back in the day. I look like Abraham Lincoln.
She is not married to me. I am not married.
Yeah, I'm not married. Oh man.
And I'm proud of it.
I don't know anymore. Oh no. Sing headphones. Oh no.
You better know. I'll tell you what.
This one. I'm this one that you gave this card to. That's yours. This one me. Oh, you said. As I remember now, my hubby. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys go be married and have a great time.
Thank you. The top one. Yeah. That's so funny.
Fantastic. Well, all right, guys. Well, you guys are
Mhm.
awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate being told I look like all these beautiful people.
Beautiful people,
I
magnificent,
know, I
incredible.
know. It's like, wow, I
Mhm.
had no idea that I'm
You
sure
had a face of a Hollywood star.
I'm just a slightly less attractive version of all of them
That's not
put
true.
together in a
Mhm.
mishmash. Take all those people, put them together, tone down the attractiveness just a touch, and then a little bit
Oh, I
more,
see.
and then a little bit more, and then
Well,
more,
that's
and then that's
okay.
it.
Well, that makes sense. I think that's about a correct, humble self-perspective because, like, if you keep on adding up everybody's attractiveness on top of each other, that would be insane. You do
Mm-hmm.
have to
Yeah,
reduce it. You're
you
still
know how
above the rest of
attractive that would
them.
be? Oh my
You're
gosh.
still definitely
It'd
more
be like
attractive than the rest of those
irresistible. I'm
guys,
like the irresistible.
but yeah, tone it down a little bit.
Fine,
Tone it down a little bit, Joe. We
fine.
need
I'll
people
let
need to operate in this world, and if you're walking around being that attractive, how do you expect to get it? How do you expect anybody to get any work done around you?
fine. How's that?
Thank you.
Is that better?
This is what we needed. Now, now I feel safe.
You feel safe now?
Feel
Up,
safe. The
down,
attraction
up,
levels were
up,
overwhelming,
up, up.
scary even.
Yeah. What happens when I do this one? Oh, that's not a very good one. All right, let's go back. What this one?
It did
Black and
sound
white.
like Joe was. Ooh,
There we go.
that actually looks good.
It does. Much better. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like a
It is quite
1920s
nice.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like it.
good stuff. All right. I was going to say thank you for coming. See you next week. Yep.
Yeah, that's what
See
it
you guys
sounded like you were
later.
going. See you guys. Bye.
Yeah. It's
No,
because
the
last
topic
week we
sounds
had a
good. We
long
should do one.
show, and so then who said
So
anything
today
about
you
a
don't get
topic?
one.
Today we just banter a little bit and then we leave. It'll be great.
Mm-hmm.
No, we've got some topics here. Actually, it's pretty awesome. I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited to do some of these. Um, Mianglios has a topic that was given to us today. But Mianglios, are you here by any chance? If you're here, I'd like to do one of your topics, and I'm gonna let you pick. Sweet, you're here. Either
Mm-hmm.
the old one about meaning or the new one. Do the one from today. Okay, I got you. I figured that was kind of gonna
Yep.
be the way it was gonna roll. So right on, we can totally do that.
Yeah.
Just got to
Nine
open it up
hours
here.
ago.
But anyway, I think I did all the legal stuff. If you guys want to submit a
Mm-hmm.
topic, go to don'tworrywednesday.com
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, we can totally do it. No cats, no DWW. What? She's Cats is here in spirit, man,
He's allowed to DWW
and we can
if you
do
want.
DWW.
Mm-hmm.
Always here in spirit,
Mm-hmm.
floating around in the air or all around
Yeah.
us.
She doesn't even have to be here and she's here.
Yeah,
That's how Don't Worry Wednesday infuse
it's totally
cats is
exactly.
or whatever.
It's how that rolls.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Well, we'll do this one. This is entitled "Criminal Idol Staged Entertainment," and it's from Mianglios. Yeah, exactly. See,
Mm-hmm.
even Ryan and I sometimes miss. It
Mm-hmm.
happens during the summer a fair amount for me, just with
Yeah.
my co-parenting schedule. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, during the school year, I'm usually generally here. But yeah, all right. Well, let's jump into this topic. Again, this is called Criminal Idol Staged Entertainment. Let me get it up here on the screen for you guys. Maybe, if I can. Ooh, it's a big one. Look at that. Yeah, this is going to be fun. All right, cool. So here we go. This is from Mianglios, and I will read it aloud, and you can read along with me. The semester project in my intro to staged entertainment class is to design a production based on any source text, a play, a movie, piece of writing, etc. And I have chosen to design a stage play / musical of Criminal Idol. I'll be interested in what y'all's thoughts are, including chat, on this overall, but here's some specific things that I'm wondering about. I'm thinking of keeping all the songs as they are and have the actors of whatever characters sing their parts in each song. I'm also thinking of having Detective be the central lead character, and he will be kind of telling the story by having dialogue to transition between the songs. Any part of a song that isn't designated to a certain character, Detective would sing. I'm also thinking it could be cool to have people playing instruments for the songs to be somewhere on stage. That way they can be seen and add emphasis to the music and spectacle of the production. I'm imagining the scenic design to be somewhat elaborate and have scene changes for all of the location changes in the story to give the audience more immersion into the story. What are your thoughts? What are y'all yeah. What are y'all's thoughts on these ideas? Here are some questions that the project asks for that I would like some input on. A. Genre. What genre or genres would you say Criminal Idol is? That's a tricky one. B. A summary of story's plot. I can make the summary myself, but I'm curious how you would summarize Criminal Idol and what details do you think would be crucial to put in a summary and what do you feel could be left out? C.
Hmm.
A list of the major characters and who will be cast as them, 4 to 6 only. Who would you pick as the 4 to 6 major characters of Criminal Idol and who would you cast for them? My professor would prefer more well known people for the cast, and singing ability, I think, is a crucial factor, especially for detectives, since he'll be singing so much. D. A statement of the problem. What would you say the primary problem is, and who has it? E. A statement of the theme of the production. What would you say are the themes of Criminal Idol? I might need to just have one theme for my production, so what would you say is the main theme of Criminal Idol? Or if there are multiple main themes, I can choose one out of them. That's all. Hope y'all enjoy this topic, and I know it will be helpful for me even just to get my brain thinking about the project. I'm excited to see what y'all have to say. Thanks, Mianglios.
Wow.
Wow, man. That's a real
Mm-hmm.
honor. I got to tell you, I didn't even create Criminal Idol, and I'm honored just because I'm part of the
Yeah.
company that, you know.
Well, you've been a part of the process to some degree, and
Yeah, yeah,
it's
that's
great.
true.
I mean, you did the book too, and that was like
That's
that was a
true.
deep dive.
And the Kickstarter.
Yeah, the whole
And
Kickstarter.
I
I mean,
send
obviously.
people products.
Mm-hmm. You do. Yeah. Fear you might interact with Criminal Idol more than I do on a monthly basis. Just sending people touching the product and sending it to people.
Exactly, exactly. So all you
Mm-hmm.
guys that order product from the BSS store, you get some of my DNA.
Dang, that's so good.
Mm-hmm.
That's like I could see that justifies any price.
Yeah.
You slap on that thing.
Yep. I touch them and then I double shrink wrap them
Mm-hmm.
and then I send them out in a box.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I do.
Awesome.
That's what I do. Well, this is big. This is a big deal, Mianglios. This is pretty cool, I gotta say. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I'm excited. I don't even know where to start. So we got all kinds of stuff in this topic. Um,
Mm-hmm.
let's see.
This is a this is a big one.
So all right. So we got people free DNA sample. Look out,
Mm-hmm.
man. Look out below. Here comes Joe's DNA. Um I didn't even think about who sings the most in picking the main characters. Well, if let's see. I don't know. Ryan, you might know best who the main characters are. Obviously, Cole and Haruka are in there. Detective, and um,
Yeah, I'd say that the main
Yori.
character of the main characters of Criminal Idol would be I think the main character of Criminal Idol is kind of man, it's hard to say. It's definitely goes back and forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the difficult things. In your situation, detective for sure, because he's the one also doing the narration.
Right.
He's got parts to play. I would say that detective is your main character. After that, it's between Haruka and Cole, and that's um yeah. Yeah, I suppose that's really interesting. I don't know if Criminal Idol has necessarily a main character, but it has a cast, and each person has some parts. It's hard to you know, it's a very daunting task to do what you're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming you're not actually going to put on the stage performance, but more so you're writing and sort of building it out. So your teacher wants to know who would you cast for these parts, etc. Because you won't actually have the ability to get those people probably at your school, especially if they're like famous. But regardless, you cast Static P. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Right.
Fair enough.
Right.
That's actually pretty smart, Watcher.
I mean,
Maybe you
honestly,
could cast Static P as detective.
I think you would probably have to have Nori in there because he's like the chief
Mm-hmm.
antagonist, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So you got to have an antagonist in there. Your protagonist is
Mm-hmm.
probably detective. Your antagonist is Nori,
Mm-hmm.
and then you
Yeah.
have Haruka caught in the middle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Right.
Cole is the love interest. You gotta have
Sort of.
that because that's how the world
Mm-hmm.
works. I mean, you can't
Yeah.
not have that in there. And
Well, Cole is it's an interesting case in Criminal Island because it's through Cole that we meet the other characters.
that's
Other than
true.
Detective,
That's
it's through
true.
Cole that we meet. So in both both the episode of Life Might Take Us, and then also No One's in This Alone. Cole is the main character for those.
Mm-hmm.
Then comes A Reason for Suffering, which then is detective kind of sitting at the table with all of these characters, and they're explaining their situation. And that specific one, okay, is kind of the main character of that particular thing. But I think Cole plays the key role of being the innocent entry point, which the audience also assumes. And so Cole is the most approachable character in that context. He's the character through whose eyes we meet the story.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think that's a very important role for him. A very important role for the audience. Because he has his own little mini story going on. It isn't deep, but it is the he gets introduced to all of it just like we get introduced to it. So we share that experience with Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we kind of just don't have a say in any of it, but we're there for whatever's to happen. And
Mm-hmm.
we try to place our loyalties and have some semblance of trust in these characters like Cole attempts to, even if we don't know who planted the bomb or however the mystery is going to unfold. So I think we come into this, and Cole is kind of the guiding ship. So I would say that if it wouldn't be wrong to make Cole the main character,
Mm-hmm.
even if detective might be the general voice you hear as the narration.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's a that's an interesting point, I think.
Well, we've got
Um,
what did you say? Four to
yeah.
six. You're gonna have 4 to 6 cast. Okay. Well,
Mm-hmm.
maybe what we need to do. So we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves here. We've got
Yeah, yeah.
A through E, right?
Mm-hmm.
A is the genre, and I think Super Neon Blue said it's a mystery drama. That's probably right,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right?
A mystery or a mystery drama. Yeah, yeah. I agree with that. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think that this story is a drama or a mystery, or you could say a mystery drama for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Summary of a plot. Um, I would be interested in seeing if you already have one written up, but if you don't, um, Criminal Idol luckily has its plot written into its title to some degree. Um, a group of idols are accused of bombing their sorry.
Go to the
Uh,
Kickstarter. I do a
yeah, that
great
has a
I do
probably
a great summary of
yeah.
the plot I can't remember
Yeah,
exactly
there you
what I
go.
said, but in the Kickstarter
Hmm.
video, I can
Yeah,
actually. I wonder if I can find that.
yeah. See if you can find that.
Um,
Um,
yeah, talk for a
go
second.
for it.
I'm gonna find it.
Hmm. C, a list of major characters and who will be cast for them. I can't even begin to tell you because I don't know people. Um, I think yeah, if you were to cast me into it, I could see that for detective. Detective, it would make sense. Um, but as for others, I'm not. I don't. It took me like 15 minutes to come with the name Adam Sandler, and I forgot it halfway through my Zen. So, and I was like, "Who's Walter White?" And I don't know people, so I don't think I would be uh a good person to answer that question at all. Um, yeah. D is statement of the problem. What would you say the primary problem is, and who has it? The primary problem uh is catching the is the primary problem is that there's a criminal afoot and we need to stop it, or someone needs to be brought to justice, right?
Mm-hmm.
um and so there are of course many problems, but that's what the story's problem or navigation that the problem that navigates the story, that calls you to be interested and try to um, come up with solutions. And it's done because it's a mystery in such a way that the audience is trying to come up with solutions before the solution reaches its end, which is fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, yeah, that's the main problem. Um, let's see, where was I? Uh, oh, and who has it? Everybody kind of has it in the story because some people are accused of it. Some people are just trying to solve it. Some people are innocent bystanders and they're just wrapped up into it, like Cole. And he just wants to believe in people. I guess he has his own little problem. That's a side thing, but important. Um, yeah. Let's see. The E says a statement of the theme. Sorry, the statement of the theme of the production. What would you say are the themes of Criminal Idol? I might need to just have one theme for my production. So what would you say is the main theme of Criminal Idol? Or if there are multiple main themes, can I choose one out of them? Um, I'm not quite sure necessarily what that question means, and maybe Joe or you can expound
Wait,
upon
what?
that. Um,
Sorry.
Essentially, what is the main theme of Criminal Idol? What do you think that
The
means?
the main theme of Criminal Idol?
The theme of Criminal Idol. I don't think they're talking musical theme. I think the theme,
No.
like the story theme, the theme. I don't understand necessarily how to answer that question
I
because I don't
mean,
understand the
there's
question, I suppose.
the moral of the story. Okay. Well, there's a lot of
Ah,
them, and I don't know if you got the book or not. The book expounds on a lot of the morals that are taught. There's basically a moral taught in each episode,
mm-hmm.
but a lot of it has to
Yeah.
do with um that boy.
You could say one of the main overlying themes throughout the whole story is self-growth,
Mm-hmm.
self and and you could say discovery of wisdom or discovery of the world around you.
Mm-hmm.
You could say that in many different ways without just having self growth. But I think self growth is a major overlying theme, one that's pulled out of every character in the story at some point. Has to, they experience um, something within the problems presented them before them, um, calls out of them some version of self growth. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a That's a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Good point.
that sounds like a pretty good main theme because it covers all those areas of self growth. Like when you have to have
Mm-hmm.
faith in a process when you can't see the end, you know,
Mm-hmm.
when things are not always as they seem, as we know by the end because of the twist,
Mm-hmm.
with who the bomber
Sure.
is at the end, and but even then, even with that twist, that even though someone apparently looks to be guilty, there are
Mm-hmm.
circumstances maybe they're not actually guilty. Maybe they were
Mm-hmm.
coerced. Maybe there was all kinds of stuff. And so we can't always, things aren't always as they seem. And it takes faith and it takes growth to really determine and have the wisdom in order to see how all that stuff unfolds. Um,
Moonlit says friendship, trust, and mistrust. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
fair. Yep. Um, Not
Yeah.
losing yourself to darkness. Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Not
Right off
giving
the
up.
bat, and that's a theme that happens many times throughout the story, such as episode 0, episode 2, idle bombing, a reason for suffering, um, and stay calm. It happens in Clues to Poor Man's Briefcase. So yeah, perseverance is definitely, and it's not just perseverance. It's not giving yourself over to darkness.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that that's definitely a theme that exists heavily throughout. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Miaglios, by the way, I know Joe said it for me, but I should say it too. I'm honored that you would consider my work for their project. I think that's lovely. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I really appreciate that.
For the
Cool.
cast, I say you probably should cast your professor as
Ooh, that's obviously an
somebody.
A plus. Mm-hmm. Yeah, pick the most attractive character to you
Haruka.
and cast your professor in that. Um, the one that you liked and felt the closest to. That's smart. That's a tactical play. um,
Hey, Senna.
yeah, I was supposed to say, hey, Sana. Yeah,
Wow.
I like to think
Welcome.
it's something like it's okay when things aren't okay. Just keep moving forward regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. That is a theme. It's okay when things aren't okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the first,
Mm-hmm.
like in Detective, he's like
Mm-hmm.
super chill, even though he's tied up and gagged with a bag over his head in the back of his own
Yeah,
limo.
that's right. Or in the next one where they're like, "Hey, don't know where life's gonna take me, but
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be all right."
That's right.
Yeah.
And then the
Mm-hmm.
bombing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's 3
It's
a.m.
3 a.m.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, have a great night. Sleep well, Sana.
Bye.
Enjoy your rest. Bye bye.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know who to cast either.
If
Probably
you end
all
up,
the people that
yeah.
you said I look like.
Oh,
Vin
that's it. Yeah.
Diesel, The Rock,
Dwayne the Rock
John
Johnson.
Cena,
Johnson.
Walter White.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
all of them.
Yeah, there's a show. It just starts with like, why? But why is everybody bald? What is this show?
Just a complete cast of
Complete
Joe.
cast of Joe. I love
Perfect.
it.
Oh my
Of
gosh.
Joe lookalikes. Yeah.
Wow, that'd be something.
Yeah. Wow. What a great idea.
I will not be held responsible for whatever grade you get on this if you do
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that.
Yeah. That's fair. That's a good disclaimer. Please don't sue us if your grade is less than an A plus plus. Okay. You know, Joe, did you ever find um the, the criminal idol summary, if you will?
Well, yeah, I put a link to the Kickstarter there.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
There's a
Okay,
link to
great.
it there in the chat. If you scroll up, you can get to that, and then also so there's a video on the first post, and in that video I talk about it. But I think I said it's blah 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 blah. in large print. If you scroll down a little ways, the story follows a group of students caught up in a bombing at a music performance competition. And that's kind of like the plot, right? So there's a
Yeah.
bombing at this music performance, and basically the whole drama that ensues as a result.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whichever Jonas brother was in the Jumanji movie. Yeah,
Mm.
whichever one that was. I just know him as Alex because that was
Mm-hmm.
his name in the movie.
Yeah. You
'Cause-
could say, if you wanted to, you could say a group of what did you say? High schoolers? I don't remember.
group
Anyways,
of students.
group of students. Thank you. That's the word.
Hmm.
A group of students accused of bombing a music performance or sorry, a mystery drama revolving a group of students being accused of um, bombing a music performance and all that follows, something
Hmm.
like that. But I like what you said, Joe. I think that actually does sum it up pretty well.
Yeah, like
Pretty well.
if I play this video, you'll hear the audio come through probably.
Oh, so
It'll be
yeah, okay,
funny. Let's
fair.
see. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Let's
Put
see.
the CC on and mute it. Put the mute and then CC closed captions. Then you can see what you said. Haven't heard anything yet.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you probably can't hear it. It would be coming through on
Oh,
there, but whatever.
oh, but don't worry, Wednesday would hear it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but it's really quiet. It's really,
Mm.
and I can't turn it up any louder without messing with everything, all my settings in here. So whatever. So go to that link.
What
I'll
about?
post the link again. If you go here, and then it says what is Criminal Idol at the top, and that's just a picture. But
Mm-hmm.
then just below that, it says what is Criminal Idol, and that is
Mm.
a little 2-minute video, that has a whole bunch of descriptors.
Yeah, that's a really good question, but Moonlit has probably. I think he's got the right direction of answer here.
Age male, yes, you
Yes.
definitely need that.
You need to cast a 16th gender age male individual for Cole.
That's right.
So true.
Yep.
So true. And yeah, a Jonas, you could cast Jonas brother, one of the Jonas brothers as DD, a detective.
Hmm.
That'd be a great idea. Someone who's got class. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. And who can
Nori
talk
should be like Jack
smooth like a
Nicholson.
detective. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yes. Mm-hmm. Harika should be Jack Black.
Jack Black, yes.
Mm-hmm.
He'd make
Hold
a
on,
great
let me
Hanukkah.
look up some of these actors' names.
Who would be Cole? Oh, he's got to be gender 16 and age male. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you forgot about what? You forgot about the Kickstarter? Yeah. That was a that was a that was a big deal. At least it was for us. That was a lot of work. It was cool though.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Cool.
Nori is so beautiful and pooky. Let him be a K-pop idol. Yeah, let him be a K-pop idol. But he can't. He's the guy that runs the K-pop idols. Right? Like he's the guy
Yeah.
who kind of ran the show. Um
Yeah. So you could have Jack Nicholson, Snorri, Jack Black is Haruka, and then like Jackie Chan is Cole. And just maybe Jack Jack Lemon. Um, that could be Aoke, and then like Jack Northworthy is just any Jack. And just any old Jack. Any old Jack.
mm-hmm.
Just go ahead and cast them in. Nope. I don't know any actors and their talents or what they sound like, so I think any input from me is just going to be bad.
Yeah. Oh, you don't think you ever saw the Kickstarter? I gotcha.
Oh, it was a
Yeah,
long time
there it
ago.
is. It was what, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that.
Mm,
It was before COVID even.
yeah. Extra points if there's a guy named Jack. Yep.
Yep. But anyway, so there you have it. Was there anything else on here?
I think we covered it. Well, maybe, yeah. Give it a skim.
Give it a skim.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess Mianglios, was there anything that you wanted us to cover more with that? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I I think it's a great idea and it's very cool production. And thank you for I'm honored that you choose my work to do your work
Yeah.
on. But yeah, I wish you the best on this. I hope that it comes easily, but also is a lot of fun. Mainly, I want it to be a lot of fun for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll be cool.
Even if your teacher doesn't like it, I hope you find that it's inspiring to you and that it's an enjoyable process.
Oh, what are our thoughts on the ideas for the production? Like have detective transition between songs and having instruments on stage. I
Yeah.
think I think both of those can be really great ideas. I've um, it's funny. I've been in all those roles on a stage before, and
Hmm.
they seem to go pretty smoothly. Now, when I was the transition guy, I was just playing percussion, and I was transitioning between dance pieces, and I was giving the dancers a chance to change
Mm.
backstage. Right, I was giving them a little bit longer to
Mm.
change their clothes, their costumes, whatever.
Hmm.
Right. And so I was out there on stage just doing some kind of drumming thing, and I was out there like in between almost all of them. Um,
Hmm.
but I think that's a good.
Wow.
I think that's a cool idea. He's kind of narrating, and in
Yeah.
transition, doing the transitions between them. Um, and then also having instruments on the stage, that can be kind of a cool effect. I can remember most of the time when I played for like theater performances and stuff like that, I was in the pit, right? And so you're down either in front of the stage or you're under the stage or whatever, and you're not visible or you're barely visible, you know. But then there was this one show that I did for when I was in college, and I was playing percussion and some other instruments. It was me and one other guy that were basically the musicians, the instrumentalists for this, and we'd swap between. He mainly played piano, I mainly played percussion. But oh no, and there was another guy too. There was a third guy who was playing guitar and bass and stuff like that. And we were on a riser in the middle of the stage, like
Mm.
above over the heads of everybody that was in the show. So like we were looking down on the stage performance going on in front of us, right? So
Wow.
we were like kind of toward the back of the stage on a, I don't know, it was probably about an 8 foot riser or a 10 foot riser or something like that. And we're like way
Wow.
up there.
Wow. They had a whole piano up there.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Wow.
It was nuts. It was
That's
huge.
crazy.
And then I also, oh man, I remember another time I was in the pit. I was like behind the audience in the back of the room,
Hmm.
up in a
Okay, I've
corner.
seen that before. Well, yeah, part of that.
So that's weird too. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, having instruments on stage, that can work. That can
Yeah.
work, and it can be
Yeah,
pretty
it
cool.
makes things interesting.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah. Very
sweet.
cool.
Yeah, thank you, Miang Leos. It's quite an honor.
Hmm.
You're
Yeah.
awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, for sure.
Did you have any other questions, or was that pretty much it?
Mm.
Did we cover it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Make Nori be a K-pop idol.
Oh wow, that's actually not a bad idea. I see. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, Nori is supposed to be kind of like smooth talker, attractive, you know,
Mm-hmm.
etc. So,
Yeah, you should hear the guy's voice in
oh my
in
gosh.
season
And Criminal
two.
Idol too.
In
Oh
Criminal season
man.
two, that guy's voice is
Uh,
so good.
uh,
He's the
so
perfect.
good.
He's the perfect villain.
Uh-huh. Yeah. You hear him, you're like, I like him.
Uh-huh. Right. He's a
I'm
likable
not supposed to
villain.
like him. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's
I
so
think
good.
he is from all the people. Well, I like who he cast for Haruka. I like who he cast for all of them, really. But
Hmm.
Nori really stands out as just like
Yeah.
such a great pick of
Yeah.
fitting that character really well.
Mianglios, you said, wait, Nori isn't the main villain, is he? My response to that is, I'm not gonna spoil season 2 for you. So, I'm not gonna answer that question.
He's in
But
season 2,
he's in season
and
2,
he's a villain.
and he's a villain, just like he is a villain in season 1.
Yep.
As you can see in the chase, or sorry, the one before the chase. Stay calm.
But also, he's kind of a victim of circumstance as well.
Yep. Huh. Aren't we all?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You'll have to wait and find out. It'll be out next week, right, Ryan?
Yeah, yeah. Holy hell. That's some intense pressure, and it's not just on me. Wow, my artist is
No, it's not going to be out next
mad.
week.
Mm-hmm.
Actually.
Yeah, actually, on that note, it's great that we're talking about Criminal Idol. We haven't decided fully on this, so if we change our minds, I'm sorry, but there's potential that we'll be streaming. Yep, Neonside is saying it right now. We may be streaming some live Criminal Idol 2 stuff coming soon. And yeah, we look forward to doing that. We're thinking about creating a bit of a schedule around that. So
Cool. Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
You guys better get your
And
sleep
that will
schedule figured out.
and that will at least at the beginning air on Static P. So you don't have to go anywhere just yet. But we might eventually transfer it over to other channels so that we don't bog my channel down with streams instead of songs, because people don't like that. They're there for the songs. If they want to watch a streamer, they'll go watch a streamer. So yeah.
Yeah. True.
Mhm.
Ellie, you still think the main villain is
Won't be this week.
Kanasaki?
Oh, Kanasaki. Yeah.
Hey,
I guess you'll just have to wait and find out.
he's a villain too, man.
Aren't we all?
Yep. Aoke is a villain.
Yeah. Just thinking
Villain.
now, okay.
Dude, I'm telling
Yeah.
you. And all the Meteor
Yeah.
girls. Villains.
Mm-hmm. Villains.
Cute villains, but villains.
That's right. Super cute villains.
Uh-huh.
It almost makes it okay, but it's bad. It's bad. Just
I mean, they
you
showed
don't
up
really
at the
want to say
lake house,
anything.
man.
Uh-huh. Yeah, what are they thinking? They should know better.
Yeah.
They did know better.
Aka
Villains.
Sensei, villain.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, Senna would be so ashamed of herself.
Is there any way you can support us besides buying merch, listening to the songs? You can go to Static P Coffee page, Ko-fi.
Mhm.
That is a really good way.
Yep, and right now, as you're saying this, in the works is a coffee page that we're making specifically just for those who want Criminal Idol. And we're going to, not that we're necessarily in the need of money for it, but money obviously helps. So that's a way to support. But other than that, as Super Nyambu said, spread the word.
Spread the word.
Yeah.
The word
Spread the
is
word.
peanut butter. Spread
Yeah,
that on your bread.
Share Criminal Idol with your friends. When Criminal Idol 2 comes out in a couple of years, no, it's not gonna be a couple of years. But when it comes out, yeah, spread the word again. Be like, share your excitement. Share what you're working on. With this, what you're doing right now. Just awareness. Share it. Share your thoughts. Talk about it. That's really the biggest support. I'll tell my theater class to watch Criminal Idol. Yeah, that's take it.
That's the best thing.
Yeah.
Think it'll be a few years? It wouldn't surprise me if it was a few years from now.
Yeah, if it's a few years, yeah, whatever. I mean, it's already been a few years. So things happen.
The only thing we won't be able to do is add lines.
Yeah, at some point, all the voice actors
are done.
Yeah, they're gonna be too old, and their anime grunts and mac and cheese won't be the same. It just won't taste the same.
Yep. And they'll have different microphones, and so all the stuff will sound different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Mianglios, thanks for that topic. That was great. It's great to think about Criminal Idol. Is season 2 the final season? Maybe.
I want to say yes.
You want to say?
I'm gonna say yes right now.
But
and
the
if
way
someday
it
that
ends.
changes, I'm gonna say yes right now, and we'll see where things go from there. After season 2.
All right.
Yeah. It might be the end of Criminal Idol, but maybe not the end for all of the characters. Season 2 leaves off with that.
It'll change to, instead of Criminal Idol, it'll be Civic Idol.
Civic Idol, that's right. Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know
gonna
if
have
it's classified.
Yeah, it's gonna have a sister spin-off that's gonna be Criminal Idolatry.
Ooh, Obedient Idol.
Oh man, Obedient Idol. Dang, that sounds like an actual name of an anime. Wow. nice, Clay. Obedient Idol. Yeah. Wow.
Okay, no spoilers. I'll give you one spoiler. The person who voiced Haruka did such a good job crying.
Paige.
Is
Paige. That's what she's called. She has a Twitch.
Is it Paige?
I don't know if she's still active on there. Something Paige. I just can't remember her first name right now. Anyways, yeah, she did a really good job with all of her parts.
She did so good.
So phenomenal.
So good. I can't remember.
No hints. That's right. No hints. No hints allowed.
What are you talking about? That's not a hint. I'm just telling you she did a good job crying.
Don't tell them she cries. They'll figure out the story. What?
Hey, it's a drama. People cry in there, man. That's just what happens. That's how it works. It's Mia.
Mia Page. Yeah, that's it. Mia.
Yeah, she did great.
Sorry, I don't know why I remember the second part.
But you haven't even read the script? What?
I don't know what happens yet.
What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh.
You're like involved in the art.
Yeah.
How do you not know? You're going to be drawing it. You're drawing like
the
50%.
hints y'all are giving right now build excitement without really revealing any actual information. That's great. Yeah.
I know what happens. People get mad. People get sad. People get angry. People get upset. People people get happy. People walk places and they talk to each other and get in cars and drive them.
Geez, that's too much of a spoiler. Walking? Driving? You kidding me? They basically know the story at this point. It's supposedly just walking or driving. No, I'm kidding. The static piece sing in season 2. Yes,
Uh-huh.
that's very likely. Actually, it's 100%.
100%, 100% happening. Yes, there will be static
Uh-huh.
P singing in season 2 for sure.
Rainy is the brains. I'm just the executor. Yeah, Rainy's the storyboarder and all that. So, she knows the story inside and out, even better than me at this point because she's been still touching it, and
And Joe
I have
Bohan.
been touching it less. Joe Bohan knows the story
Yeah.
pretty well. Mm-hmm. Joe Bohan and I wrote it together.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's cool. It's going to be a cool thing. It's just a big production, and
Mm-hmm.
there are not very many people working on it, so it takes a long time.
Yeah.
When it's that big of a job with, with so few people. But
yeah,
when it does come out, it's going to be awesome. I'll tell you that. I'm excited
that's
for
right.
it.
That's
I'm excited
right.
for it. I was excited for Criminal Idol season 2 or season 1 even. You know, when they first started coming out, I didn't even know about it. And then when it was getting closer and closer to getting finished, and then there's all you smart people that were coming up with all these theories about what was happening.
My gosh,
I
I
wasn't even paying any attention to any of that. I was just enjoying the songs. I'm just like, oh, this is a cool song. This is a cool song. They're kind of related. And then like there's this whole group of you guys that is just like coming up with all these theories, and I'm like, wait, there's like a story here. I didn't even realize. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, that's my fault. That's bad delivery, but people still liked it, so that's good.
450 plus images so far. That's crazy.
That's
a
awesome.
lot of work. Great job. Oh my gosh. Great job.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Yeah. All right. Well, Mianglios, thank you so much for this question. Thank you. Again, very honored. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yes.
Appreciate that you have me be and my work be a part of your life. That's great. All right.
Thank you. And thank
What do
you
you
for
say we
that
do
topic.
another topic?
Yes, I think that is a great idea. All right. So, Ellie, you are here, I think, and you have a topic as well. We have some anonymous topics.
Several of them.
So, would you like us to do your topic that you submitted today?
Yes, you are here.
Is that a yes?
So
you want us
another
to do your
yes.
topic too? Yeah.
I think that yes came out before.
It did. I know.
Yeah. We need 2 yeses now. So we're gonna ask for a. Okay. Now, also, was that yes for the first thing or for the second thing he said? I need a yes or no on that one as well. That's a question. You need 3 answers now.
3. Yes, yes,
Wow.
and yes. They
yes
all
or
have
no
to be
answers.
Yes. No, they're yes or yes answers.
Yes. The last one actually can be a no.
Which one?
The last one.
What's the last one? What was the last question?
The last question is the first yes an answer to the second question?
Oh. Silence.
You could actually, the answer could be a no, but yes. I would like to, but if not, I can always schedule a time to talk to both of you later.
Let's do it. Let's do the topic.
Let's do it.
Because yes, I do want to schedule a time to talk with you. However,
yes, we really do need to do that with you, Ellie.
It might be a bit for me. Well, I'll get with you on Discord though. I got your message.
Yeah, we should schedule time at some point where maybe all 3 of us can meet up together. As my schedule changes more towards being more online with yours, that will become easier. One of the problems with living in Australia is I wake up when you guys go to bed, and I go to bed when you guys wake up. Like, that's what it feels like.
Yeah, what's up with that?
The sun is up with that.
Down underins.
Someone needs to smoke that thing out of the sky so we don't have this problem anymore.
Whoa.
Just throw up a lot of smoke into the sky is what I'm saying, you know?
Whoa.
And then no one can see the sun, then we don't have to worry about time zones anymore, guys. That's how we get rid of daylight savings.
Smote the sun.
Just smoke it out. Mm-hmm.
Nice. All
Okay.
right.
Bad
Well,
idea, guys.
all right, Ellie, we're gonna do your topic. So we're gonna do that. Let's see. So this is called
Thank you,
Mega
Miaglios.
Mega Little Money. Yes, thank you so much, Mianglios. You're awesome. Um, this is titled Mega Little Money from Ellie. Wait, no one wants a Highlander 2 scenario. Hey, Rashoni,
Hey.
how's it going?
Whoa. Rashoni. Jeez. Hey, what are you doing in here? Nice to see you.
Mm.
Dang. Man, that's a good one.
You've got a great looking neck in your PFP there.
Oh man. Jeez, neck is only half
That-
of it, buddy.
Mm.
You should see the rest.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure with a
Like his
neck with a
left
neck
arm.
like that, I'm sure the left arm is just
Rashoni's left
incredible.
arm, so good.
Yeah,
So good.
so good.
Yeah. Just got off of work. Well, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Welcome to the stream. All right, so we're gonna jump into this topic from Ellie. This is called Make a Little Money. I'm gonna put it up on the screen so you guys can read it aloud, while I also
No,
read it aloud.
Yes, instant. You guys are both going to be saying
Yes.
it. And if you fail, you can take your leave.
You're
No, I'm
right.
kidding.
All right, yes, be sure that while I read it aloud, you're also reading it aloud, loudly, so as
Okay.
everyone in your house and your neighbors hear you.
Jeez.
Yeah, you don't have to do that. All right, here we go. Here's the topic. And it goes like this. Let's talk
Let's
business.
talk business.
Business. I want to make a little money on the side of my studio because I know that having several points of income is a wise way to live. That being said, I don't know how to move forward with what I want to do. I'm making stickers for another company, and I don't know the best way to get a percentage, how much of a percentage, or how to work the back ends of websites to get paid. Do you have any advice? Ooh, do we have advice about business? I don't know if
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to take our advice.
Chat, I would, if you have anything to say on this, feel free to chime in and give your own insight on if you've ever ventured into this world or similar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, okay, so stickers are cheap to make, and they're also generally cheap to sell. So you can move a lot of them, but you may not make a whole lot of money from stickers. Super Neon Blue says, in my opinion, you should make sure that you make at least $10 per purchase. I don't know. I'm not sure how to work the back ends of websites in order to get paid either. A lot of that, how did we do that? We just got, we registered with Shopify for our store.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some fees involved with that. And then there's also a percentage that they take as well. We had to, man,
Shipping also costs some money.
well, that's
paid for through Shopify.
The customer pays for
Yeah,
that.
the customer
now.
can't. Yeah.
We used to when
that's
we
right.
first launched.
We
We,
used to
had
not.
free shipping around the world, and so we had to adjust our prices based on how much we estimated shipping was going to be around the world. And so the cost of the products were a little bit more expensive at that time because we were covering shipping to anywhere, and it wasn't like if we were shipping somewhere outside of the United States. Oh wait, no. Shipping in the United States was free. Shipping to anywhere else in the world was only $10. But then it turned into some crazy because there's also taxes, when you're shipping overseas, there's all kinds of crazy. There's import taxes. Yeah, Shopify is expensive monthly if you don't have a customer base. That's a mistake, sir. What's a mistake, sir? Doing Shopify is a mistake? Or
maybe for stickers or don't know. I'm sure she'll expound.
okay.
Redbubble, okay.
And who you calling sir?
Some kind of man.
Making the international shipping price $10. Hey, we figured
Oh yeah. We figured out that was a
We figured
mistake.
out
Yeah.
well, it wasn't like a huge mistake. We still profited, and we didn't make a huge profit. But we weren't looking for a huge profit because at that point in
Yeah.
time, all the product had been paid for through the Kickstarter campaign. And
Mm-hmm.
so any money that we made extra was just icing on the cake, and could go
Mm-hmm.
toward, future orders. Um,
Right.
so we weren't necessarily looking to profit a whole lot, but we also weren't looking in. We also didn't want to lose money. We wanted to make a little bit, right? So we
Yep.
tried to keep our margins pretty low, even though we tried to make shipping a pretty good deal. Shipping in the United States was pretty cheap, and we could do that. But then when we switched over to Shopify, now customers pay for their own shipping, wherever it needs to go, and the prices of the products went down dramatically because then
Mm-hmm.
we could get things kind of more in line with things since we weren't covering the shipping. So it's
Yeah.
weird. Like there's a whole lot of math involved, and Kyle, Ryan's brother, did a lot of the math as far as
Mm-hmm.
working with products, doing all that kind of stuff. You're looking, so okay, but you want to make a little bit of money on the side. You have a studio, and yes, you're right. Having several points of income is a wise way to live. Having multiple streams of income, and if you can make them passive, that's also a good way to go. However, setting up a machine that creates passive income takes time, and so you need to sustain yourself in the meantime. You probably have to work a job while you get to that point. But creating content, doing what you want to do, you do in the studio, that is probably one of the things you're going to get as a result of having a production studio. We can talk more when we're one on one as well. But whether you're making music, whether you're making videos, you're making any of this kind of stuff, um, those would all be considered assets that would kick off passive income. It takes quite a sizable audience to make very much passive income with those. And even then, it's good to keep yourself producing stuff so then your passive income can continue to grow, right? But um yeah, it's
I'll take a little bit of a step. Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
go I'm about to turn it over to you.
Okay,
But
yeah.
I can tell you it's a lot of work and it takes some time to do that. You can create products and try and sell them. I don't have a whole lot of experience with that. We did our Kickstarter and that's pretty much it. So we have, our 6 products or whatever that we have in our store. And that's not our bread and butter by any means. So other than that, it's just been either having a job or starting another business. This whole time, I've either had uh, a job or 2 or 3 or another business in addition to what we do at BSS.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the last couple years, and then we just started another business. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, some of that stuff, everything kind of funnels into, for me personally, it all funnels back to BSS and our mission with BSS, and all of whatever I do for income to sustain myself, I also use to invest in BSS with whatever I need, with whatever I need to move the ball forward, all that. So, um, anyway, everybody's situation is a little bit different, and we can talk. Also,
Mm-hmm.
in private or in a DM or something too. But I'm gonna turn it over to Ryan, see what he has to say. He can tell his story quite well. He lived it. So, yeah, there you go, Ryan.
Yeah, I think right off the bat, there's a lot of comments in the chat that are worth reading, worth
Mm.
taking into account. Ellie, you're very smart.
Mm-hmm.
So just move forward with applying yourself in a very smart and intellectual and picking things apart kind of way. You say how much of a percentage? I can't really tell you that. I think the most important thing is this. one, yes, you need some money on the side to sustain yourself or whatever, or even just get yourself away from your current job, right? You need to be able to like um when I was working towards making enough money that I could support a family, let's say, on uh through through my own business, through Black Static and Swerve. Essentially it all started with um exclusively limiting myself to part-time jobs, which
Mm.
means I make enough money, like literally the bare minimum to get by on whatever I could. At the time, I was paying rent, and food, and internet and water, heating, all that kind of stuff, right? With my brother. Me and my brother roomed together in a house, and we were paying for that. And I had a part-time job. Now, by part-time job, I mean they only had me working 2 or 3 times a week sometimes. Actually, that was quite often.
Mm-hmm.
Towards the end, they had me working, um, more, like up to 5 times a week. It was between four. It was usually 4 and 5 times a week, which is still considered a part-time job, to many people.
Mm-hmm.
What I would do is any free time I had, I'd be putting into my work outside because my plan was the long run, right? So what I wanted to do for a living, um, I mean, I want to do a lot of things, but one of the main things is writing music and having that be enough to sustain me. So what did I do? I started honing my craft. I started writing music. I put myself into a position. Um, so it was kind of interesting. Um, our first gig, Joe and I got, was to write an entire album for a leadership development business that we had known of, that we were sort of a part of,
Mm-hmm.
but we were not a part of in any way that we were anybody. We were nobodies in that business. We didn't know the founders. We didn't know any. There's no personal connections. But basically, my brother just said, "Hey, why don't you write a manifesto song of one of the leaders of that company?" And I was like, "Okay, sure. Why don't I? Why not?" And so I wrote it and I sent it to him on Facebook, right? And months later, he responded and he wanted the piece, he wanted the music, and I was like, "Dude, I have something else in mind. Do you mind if we talk it over in a business, like in a meeting?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll be here on this day. Do you want to just come and meet me after my like what do you call that? A talk
Yeah,
stage
he did a talk.
whatever." Yeah, he did a
Mm-hmm.
talk in front of an audience. And so we just went backstage after the show. And he was like, he, I mean, you could tell this guy has been here before. He was just went with the drive of like business, like this is what I'm willing to pay for your song. What would you be willing to do? Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, hold up, dude. I'm going to pose something to you. And it was really weird because I'm like this nobody at the time, never done any business, never talked to a businessman before. But we had come with this plan of instead of giving them this song, we want to give them this song and then also write an entire album for them
Mm-hmm.
that they can sell and we can receive profits from. And that was our business plan. So we came to them with that. After talking to him, he was like, "Thank you. You are a godsend. We've been looking for someone to do this exact thing. You're on." And so we started.
Mm-hmm.
I began writing my first album. It was like literally going to be my third song I ever wrote or produced, is like the first song of this. So I'd only ever written and produced 2 songs so far. And I just took on the project of a whole album with Joe. And Joe and I worked hard and we created an album. And it was quite successful. Um, within that little tiny industry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then we wrote another one after that. They both took a very, 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 very long time
Yes.
to come out.
Yes.
Like literally years. But and it wasn't on us. It wasn't necessarily our fault. That's just
Part of it
when you're
was.
working with people. part of it was our fault, part of it wasn't. When you're working with people who have day jobs and you're working with people who, like, we had quotes on top of the songs, and we were supposed to be taking these quotes and putting them on, and then they had some other people they hired to put quotes on the song, and then they weren't doing it. You know, things sometimes just go that way, right? My point is, that was how we got into the game. Then from there, we completely split off and really haven't worked with them since, because a third album was supposed to come out and it just disappeared into nothingness, and it never came out. So at some point, I started up Static P. And with Static P, I just said, well, I'm going to apply myself in the business of making music and put it out there, right? In a strategic way, with, concepts of like, how do I strategize? How do I make sure I'm known? How do I put myself out there in a way that I will be seen on YouTube, and so on and so forth, right? Take these things into mind and do it. And so my point is, I apply myself in the position I want to be in. And so if you're working up a studio and your studio is in the position of, well, I want to make stickers, that's what my studio's about, that's great. Do that. And I know that, like, you're looking to make money on the side, and you're like, well, I don't necessarily want it to be about stickers. Maybe I want it to be something else, but that something else is not going to make me any money. My response to that is, be more creative with your approach. Study some more and come back at it with, how can what I'm doing make money? How can me applying myself one step at a time to my dream make money? Because you can find a way. And if it is making stickers, that's awesome. I support that. If it's making visual art stuff, that's awesome. Go for it. So if you're wanting to do a lot of visual art studio work, I think that's amazing. How do you work the back ends of websites to get paid? There are so many routes. You can do a coffee page. You can, like, you're going through another company right now. That's something that you're going to want to talk to them about and be quite interacted. You're going to want to be interacting with their financial department and, like, working something out with them directly. Like, get involved with that process. Don't just leave it all up to them. Be a part of it. Why? Because if you be a part of it, you make a social connection with them, which helps support, and it helps put you in a position where you're actually more secure doing this. It helps you become a person to them, which makes them treat you better. But also, it helps you learn the back end, because you become a part of the back end when you apply yourself. So if you are, you said, I'm making stickers for another company and I don't know the best way to get a percentage, say to whomever you have contact with, say, hey, I'd like to, I'd like to see I would like to get in touch with the financial department, or I'd like to know more about how this stuff works. Guide me. It's okay to ask those things. I know the fear is, like, they'll take advantage of you. But here's the thing: if you don't say those things, they'll take advantage of you. If they're the kind of company that's going to take advantage of you, right? So it's better to try to get in and talk to real people, have real conversations, and make real deals with people. And you might go like, well, I don't know how to put a price tag on my stuff. My honest answer to that is, neither have I ever. It doesn't mean I don't necessarily know all the financial stuff. My brother handles a lot of that, and I'm very blessed for it. But I can say, I can look at myself and I go, here's the thing about me. I know I'm good enough to wrestle with the best. And I knew I was good enough to wrestle. See, I didn't think I was good enough to wrestle with the best when I first started. But I knew I would be good enough to wrestle with the best if I put some time in. That confidence, and it's not trying to say you just need to be confident, but that requires faith. That requires hope. That requires willpower. That requires you to apply yourself. The thing is, a lot of times what makes someone successful is that it's the idea is like, we'll just act like you're already there. There's some truth to that, but it's not because you're acting. It's because you're actually performing what you need to perform when you pretend to be performing. So my point is, don't sell yourself short. Look at what, you can recognize your position as like, well, I'm just starting off, so I don't expect to be made as much as the pros. Look at what the pros make and don't sell yourself too short, because here's the thing. If you sell yourself under what you're valued, people will look at you like you're under what your value is, right? It's better to overestimate the value of your work sometimes and get it wrong so that people will respect you and want you in their company or to work for them or want your art. It's better to overvalue it than undervalue it. If you undervalue your stuff, you won't be able to, like, you will never be able to make a sales pitch, right? It's like salesmen, they go to your house, you open up the door for them, and they sell you themselves. They make themselves valuable to you based on their interactions, and then they sell you the product that they value highly, right? If a salesman comes to your door and says, well, this vacuum, it's not as good as the competitors, so I'm not going to sell it to you at that price. You're like, why are you trying to sell me something that's not, is not the best?
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here. I'm not going to buy it. Like, you don't feel confident in your purchase if someone's like, yeah, this product is like, we're just starting out, so we're not very good at what we do. That's not a good sales pitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to look at yourself, and look at your art saying, or whatever it is you apply yourself to, saying, I am going to make it in this. I'm going to make it in this world with this thing because I know that I can wrestle with the best at it. It might look different. It might be a different version of, like, it might not sound like or look like, Da Vinci or something, right? It might not look the same as some other people who have made it in this industry, but that's, just my stuff. It's not going to look like other people's stuff. So that's just fine. Quality wise, the quality is there. When I first started selling my music online to people, like talking to people and like showing people my work, I would always say, hey, this might not be your kind of music, might not be in your style, but I know you'll at least appreciate the quality. I that was kind of my approach. I told people, like, you might not like the style of music, but you'll at least appreciate the quality. And people would listen to it because they're like, well, if it's not bad, like, I'm willing to listen to that. And they listen to it and they're like, what, that is some high quality stuff. It isn't my style, but I really like the quality. Yeah, that's right. I can tell you're good at your craft. You're a professional. And it's like, was I professional? Well, I wasn't getting paid yet, but I was selling myself. And then when I was selling myself like that, right, it was only a short while after. It wasn't even like a year's time. I was already, making money off of YouTube, right? And while it wasn't big bucks, it was something, a little bit of success, right? And so on and so forth, right? Now I'm on Spotify, now that all that stuff, and that's making money passively. I don't even have to rewrite those songs, right? So it's great. My point is, in all of that, get yourself involved if you want to know how to percentage your work. Look at other percentages of the professionals. You're allowed to give yourself some lower rates, but don't undersell it, and don't act like your work isn't high quality. I've already seen your work, Ellie. Your work is high quality. It's very cute. It's very good. And I sincerely mean that. I'm not just saying that because I'm a nice guy. Like, I've seen it. It's good. It's good enough that I would say that's professional. Okay? So sell it like it's professional. Encounter your own work like it's professional. If you have to, encounter your own work like you're managing somebody else and they're a professional. Okay? And then take that approach when you're selling and trying to get your percentages. Because otherwise, you're going to be stuck, never making any money ever, because you continue to undersell your product. You continue to shyly say, "Oh, my stuff's not good. Please don't buy it." You know, on accident, when you're really begging people, "Oh, please buy my stuff. Whatever." I get it. You don't want to sound overconfident. You don't want to be conceited, and you don't have to be. I'm not a conceited person. I'm not overconfident in my stuff. I just recognize what's possible. And I recognize that I put hard work into stuff and that other people do too. And that there's no reason that my stuff can't be with the Giants, right? And so I apply myself as though, well, there's no reason I couldn't be with the Giants. I'll work with the Giants then. That's all. I mean, that's what I'll do. I'll work with the Giants. It's like easy. Treat yourself that way. Treat yourself like you're good enough to work with the Giants. And then work with them. Work like one. Work like that and sell like that and sell yourself like that. That's what I gotta say. Get involved with the finances and trying to understand that realm. See what other rates are. Apply yourself appropriately. And be creative with your approach. Creative by, I mean, try to see what standards are and understand why they're working and practice them in your industry, whatever that might be. Try to understand what the standards are. Don't necessarily follow them, but understand why they're working. Then apply those reasons to everything you can. In order to that will grant you more success, and something will likely stick that no one else is doing yet, right? And when you find that niche and you find that audience, grab it. Continue doing it. And that's what I got for you as far as all of that goes.
Wow, thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, a lot of that
what's that?
was with you. So a lot of that was with you. You know,
yeah,
a lot of
we've been on this
that journey
journey.
spent together.
We've been on this journey for a long time together. Since
Yeah.
that first project. It's kind of funny because the percentages change as you grow and get better. I'm seeing people pop into the chat here. Hello.
Yeah.
Hey Jeff.
Hey
Noah.
Jeff, Noah. August.
Hey Tomato and August. Hey, it's
Tomato.
great.
Yeah.
Great to see you guys. So yeah, it's funny because I think I remember those meetings, sitting down and talking through a bunch of this stuff. And we didn't figure out a percentage when we first started. When we first sat down and made the deal to make that album, we didn't know what percentage we were going to make.
Yeah, not at all.
Not at all. And in fact,
we went in with a very humble approach, not one that was over like conceited, but we were like, you guys built the culture that we're entering. You guys built all of the audience that we're about to present to, so we recognized they already did all the hard work and we were kind of coming in. So yeah.
Right.
But anyways, go on.
Yeah. See you later, Mianglios. Thanks for being
Bye,
here.
Nicholas.
Yeah. But yeah, we sat down, we had that meeting, that first initial meeting. We talked about this album, this project, right? And it was kind of surreal. And we were driving home, from that meeting, and we were like, did that actually happen? Here's the funny thing about when we did that. We didn't have any recording gear.
Yeah. We didn't have any. We didn't have
had
the resources to fulfill what we just promised. And all.
nothing. We had nothing. It was crazy. Like, and so we're driving back. We're like, oh my gosh, what do we do? Now, luckily, I had a friend named Steve, who is now the BSS president. He happened to be like, when I knew him before, because I had worked with him at a music store, the dude was an absolute gear junkie. So he would buy gear, all kinds of musical gear, and he got a discount because he worked at a music store, right? And so like he had all this stuff sitting doing nothing. And so I remember, like I ended up raiding like his mom's, the crawl space under his mom and dad's house to get all this stuff that he wasn't using. Right? He's like, yeah, just talk to my mom, whatever, it'll be cool. Like, all right, go over there, digging through, finding all this stuff, and got the stuff we needed in order to do this project. And we didn't talk finances until not long before it was going to release. And finally we landed on, they were like, okay, well, industry standard looks like it's at about 60% or 6%.
There you go.
60. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So could you imagine if it was 60? Wow.
That would have been great. But no, 6% of, goes to the artist. Now, we didn't know any better. We didn't know the industry very well yet. We would have been like, well, okay, 6% goes to the artist, but you got to remember, we're also the producers. We're also this, blah, 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 whatever. And so we could have bumped it up a little bit. But the first album, we made 6%. The second album, we made 20%.
Yeah.
Because, we got a little bit better. We all, me and Ryan, and then also the side that we were negotiating with, all of us had kind of grown in seeing how that first one went. And then we then agreed that, 20% would be more fair, more applicable. Reasonable. Thank you. And they also said, okay, and then we'll also bump the other one up to 20%. So all the sales that from the first album were going up to 20%, and then the second album was at 20%, and so that helped. But yeah, we saw a decent amount of success from those two projects, and they kind of came all because Ryan took that initiative to write that one song and send it to that guy. And then it didn't look like it was going to do anything, and then it came back, and bit us in the butt in a good way. Because then we had a project to do. And
a nice kind of butt bite.
Yeah, it was a nice kind of butt bite, right?
What?
Oh yeah, thank you for replying, Ryan, to Rashoni there, because that's great. Confidence comes after failure, not just success. Failure is the route to improvement. So just try, and if you fail, you can do better next time. That is so true, because a lot of times when we try and we fail, we get demoralized and we stop.
Yeah,
that's kind of how we're set up as we grow up, right? We're set up to this thing like, if you fail, it's such a bad thing. To get a failing grade on something, it's bad. Your teachers will all that.
Give you bad grades.
It's crazy. Yeah. Like, so failure is such a bad thing. But in the real world, failure is expected, and it's a necessary step to get where you want to go. And people be like, oh, that's just a failure. It's like, well, okay, so I failed that time, but that doesn't mean I'm going to fail next time. And Ryan didn't tell you about all, like, he had started collaborating with YouTube, with people on YouTube, right? There was Einstein, there was Geen, there were a bunch of people that you were collaborating with.
Stars, a bunch of other people.
Yep. And Jeff, you must be listening to the beginning of the show.
Yeah, I think so. That makes sense. I was like, he's talking about that. That's weird. How did he even pick up on that? That was ages ago. That explains it.
So, but anyway, and then like in an hour he'll get to this part.
Yeah, that's so great.
Yeah. So anyway, so there were years in there of time when Ryan had that job that he talked about working as a baker. You know, he had worked at the Taco Bell, like he was talking about, working part time at the Taco Bell. Then you were, what was the place? Safeway
It's safe. Wait, yeah,
in the
Safeway was the
bakery when you were
bakery.
in the bakery,
Yeah,
and then you were a property
and
inspector.
stations. I also did cabinet making
Yep,
at some point.
cabinet making.
For my
Look
dad.
at all this. We kind of revolve around each
Hmm.
other. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I know, right? Now you're getting into it. It's kind of.
Yep.
Yeah. Um. Yeah.
During that time, I was trying to remember how many jobs I had throughout that time period.
Hmm.
It was nuts, man. Like I worked at a car wash, I worked
You
at an
did.
IT company, I did door-to-door sales. I worked at a grocery store. I worked for the AC Nielsen company coding products to go into that were in stores, you know, new products that went into stores. So then they could track how they sold and so they could offer that information back to it was ridiculous. Like I had all these crazy jobs.
Laying cable, and
Yep.
sorts of stuff.
Doing yep, cable, like data cable in buildings and offices and all that kind of stuff, you know, like
Hmm.
internet cable.
Yeah.
Um, what else did I do? So then I had we had
Boating,
BSS.
fishing.
We had BSS. I worked at did the stuff for the AC Nielsen company. I stocked shelves at a grocery store and started my inspections business. And this was all in 2012. So I had 3 jobs and BSS.
Hmm.
And I had a 3-year-old and a newborn.
Crazy. Hectic. But you did well.
I don't know what I survived.
Yeah, well, you were
Somehow.
also you survived, but you were also you had done it all with grace. You were still like a top-notch individual, you
Oh,
know?
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I wasn't mean. I was exhausted, but like
Yeah.
that was it, you know, like it was an exhausting time and so there was a lot of working that happened at that time, right? But you might find yourself in a similar position and you might ask yourself, how did I get here? Because you're trying these different things. Ryan said some really great things. He talked about coffee, getting some kind of crowd. That's not crowdfunding. What is that? Like a patron type
Yeah,
system. So it's
it's
like
yeah.
Patreon, where you have fans that
Hmm.
donate to you, right, and that
Yeah.
offer you stuff for that. That's a great way to go. I think you guys are
Hmm.
you're seeing
Yeah, it's not bad.
that it's doing okay.
It's something, yeah, it's more of a side thing probably than it is a main thing,
Hmm.
but it helps, right?
Yeah.
It helps a lot. So,
Well, and it helps with exposure too.
yes, of
Right?
course. Hmm.
Not only does it help you make a little bit of extra money, but it helps build a community because that's really key to what if you're gonna you have a studio. I'm not exactly sure all the different things you plan on doing with your studio, but the stuff you're releasing is going to be released into a community of fans. Um, so, but these are ways that you can start to build that community. Fans, friends, and whatever. There's another
Hmm.
F word that goes in there.
Fun,
It's not a bad F word.
frantic.
Frantic.
Frank.
Yep. But here's how this works because all these things to do arts, to do music, to do, you know, YouTube stuff, to do video, to do all that, to make those types of things and make money from them, it's not transactional. It's passive. It's not like I sell somebody something and then they pay me for it, except for in the event where you did that for Misty Cronexia, right? You did that theme
Yep.
song
Yep.
where you don't have any of the rights to that, but sold it
Hmm.
for a one-time fee
Mm-hmm.
Wrote a song,
Well,
sold it for
here's
a
the thing.
one-time fee, and he
I
now owns
sold
it,
it
right?
right, but it was a two-part deal because I was getting paid in two ways. It was a one-time fee, and he owned the song, but another stipulation would be that he would and it wasn't even like something we wrote up. It was something we agreed on, and he's like, "Oh yeah, of course I'll do that. Of
Mm.
course I do. I do that anyways. But yeah, sure, okay, I'll do that." Which is basically, how do you say that? Uh, tell them who wrote the song
Oh
and
yeah,
send them
give
over.
him credit.
Give
Give you
yeah,
credit.
credit. Yeah, credit. Thank you. Yeah, let them know credits.
Mm-hmm.
And tell you what, that was huge.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah, because
mean,
they had a pretty
it's like,
large
yeah.
community.
I didn't make the passive income from that song. That I mean, he has potential to make way more money off of that than he spent.
Mm-hmm.
Like for sure,
Mm-hmm.
if he wanted to, he could have. I don't know that he did, but he could have. He could have made way more money than he spent on it.
Mm-hmm.
But um, because he made the recommendation, that gave me, I think it was like 10,000 eyes,
Mm.
which 10,000 eyes is a lot when you only have, well, 1,000 eyes at the time
Mm-hmm.
on your stuff. So, like, that was huge.
Yep.
So it's okay to do those things,
Yeah.
but let everything be kind of something that builds you.
Yes. And that's the thing. That's the truth of the matter. Like Rashoni said, and like you just said just now, each one of those experiences is going to be a building experience. You're
Mhm.
going to try something, you're going to negotiate something, you're going to talk to some people, and you're going to try a thing, right? You're going to set up some kind of a deal. And from that, that's not going to be the make or break moment in your career. That's just one step. That's one brick
Mhm.
in the entire enterprise of you that you're building, right?
Mhm.
All these experiences that you're going to have, whether they're big or whether they're small, they're all going to play a little part in forming how you do business. And really that's kind of how it works. It's messy. It's not clean. It's not clear cut. It's not, a straight line. I've never seen it be that way ever, especially when you're starting something new. It
Yeah.
we get a job in a company that's been around for 50 years or 20 years even or whatever, and it's an established company, and we get hired in, and they have this business machine running, and we think, okay, if I'm going to start something on my own, it's got to look like that. It's going to be clean, it's going to be clear cut, it's going to be all that kind of stuff. But we weren't around in the beginning days of the company we got hired in at,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's
Mm-hmm.
messy. Entrepreneurship is messy, and it's not
Yeah, we were.
easy,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of learning experiences that happen.
Mm-hmm. And
And
my
so
wife and I were talking about that just yesterday about the video game industry
mm,
and how like people are like, oh, it's just not, what it used to be, and it's just not safe anymore. It's risky to get involved in that scene and it's like, well, that's only true if you go to the people like that are industry standard.
mm,
And then also that's only true to them now because they're no longer in the position where they started, where they were taking risks and
mm-hmm,
being the companies that are like on the forefront of this, where at that moment they were the insane ones with no money
mm-hmm,
doing the insane things and putting everything on the line to create this product that they had no guarantee was going to do anything for them. Then
right,
they worked themselves up to AAA after that, and then now they feel like they're crashing and burning, and none of their games are interesting because they're not taking risks anymore, and so on and so forth. It's like, yeah, you have to be there for the beginning of the show if you really want the full picture.
mm-hmm,
And if you look at someone and be like, oh, it's easy for them, they have all the money, they're where they're at, blah blah blah. It's like you don't know how they got there. That's really important.
mm-hmm,
Hmm.
yep, yeah.
Yeah.
All the things,
Anyway, sorry.
all the things it takes to start something is ridiculous.
Hmm.
It's crazy, but just because it's messy and it doesn't look like you think it should, it doesn't mean it's not worth it.
Hmm.
Now, I don't know what your journey is going to look like, Ellie. I mean, I don't know. But if you can stick it out, you can build something great. And it might take having to work a job on the side to sustain you while you build this empire that you're planning on building. I love that you're getting creative and you're talking about, okay, how can I make some money on the side? How can I make some money to fund this? And I'm looking and I got these stickers. I got this sticker idea. That's great. You know, so then you
Yeah.
work out and figure out the numbers. I saw somebody mention Redbubble in the chat.
Yeah, we did
Early
Rebel for a
on,
while.
we did.
Some
We
demo.
had. I think we still have something on Redbubble that
I think we do.
we had an art
Yeah.
contest at one point in time on our website at bss.studio.
Mhm.
And who was that? Who won that? God, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Was it Swoke?
No,
Okay.
it's in the book. Sorry, I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah.
I gotta look this up.
Um, while you do so,
You're gonna kick yourself too, Ryan, when I say this
okay.
name.
Um, Roshoni, yeah, that's absolutely a great point. There's no such thing as a self-made man. Um, we do it together. Also, Rising Dawn, you say, I know there are two ways of payment on Ko-fi. But I've heard mixed things from both. Which would you suggest? And my answer to that is, I'm sorry, it depends on what you're trying to do. So there's no straight answer from me to you. But if you have to just, all I can tell you is think about it. Maybe find somebody else who you can think about it with, who knows what you're doing, and discuss it out and think, okay, are the people that are coming for my stuff, is it likely that they'll want to subscribe and make monthly payments for, I say monthly payments, monthly donations, that's way more appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Make monthly donations for my stuff. Is that the kind of stuff I'm putting out? Is that the kind of community I have? Or is it better for me to make sales on coffee? Or should I just have no sales, everything's free, and do just donate if you ever want to sort of stuff? And like what kind of, two questions. What kind of money am I going to see from that? And then secondly, what kind of social impact and how do people perceive me from these things? And all of those things you're going to have to play into mind in your own environment. And that's kind of different than mine. So I can't give you an answer.
Mm.
But if you want to start up Ko-fi, that's great. Go for it. You're not going to lose anything other than,
That's true.
I suppose, at worst case scenario, Ko-fi has some sort of potential upfront cost, but I think not if you don't have to pay them if you allow them to take 5% of, or whatever the money is, from your income. So it's like, you're not going to lose anything really. It's change. So who cares, right? So, yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, Ellie, it's so complicated and you have to do a lot of work.
I know. Here's the thing. I will simplify it a little bit. By the way, that artist's name was Row Draws.
Oh my
Remember
gosh, you're
Row?
talking about, oh yeah, yeah, of
Because
course.
we had that
Row.
T-shirt with the
Mhm.
detective.
Yeah. Now I
detectives,
see.
Right? You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Row's awesome.
Yep. And
So
I
awesome.
as I was looking in this book, I was like, oh man, there's some early art from Neonside in here too. Look at that.
Yeah, that's
That.
true. Yep.
Yeah.
true.
Detective was done. Huh.
Yeah, that's some old artwork, but it's great.
Yep, absolutely. And you know, it's amazing to see how far you've come, Super Neon
Yeah.
Blue, since then. Like
Okay.
the artwork you're
Absolutely.
doing now compared to that. I mean, it was great then, and now you're just phenomenal. Like so
Yeah.
impressive. So impressive.
So true. So
Mhm.
true.
But here's the thing. Yes, you are a pro. You are. Go.
You
That's
are.
right.
You're great.
Anyway, and I second what Ryan said, which was a second of what Roshoni said. So I guess I third it.
Mm,
There's no such thing
nice.
as self-made. We stand on the shoulders of giants, right?
Mm.
So with all these things that we're talking about, and yeah, it sounds complicated and it sounds crazy, and there's so many different avenues you can go in, so many different ways, so many different options for you to pick. And it's all going to kind of depend a little bit on what your vision is. Where do you want to take this thing? And then you can try some stuff. And we have all these stories about things we've tried, but we didn't do them all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta understand, it's 2024 right now. Ryan talked about the first project we did. You know, when we had that meeting with that guy that set up that first project was winter of 09.
Mm-hmm.
2009. 15 years ago was the first project that Ryan and I did. And so all these stories we're telling you, it's been 15 years that we've been making these stories.
That's a long time. Your mom wasn't even born yet.
Your mom wasn't even born.
Okay, that's bad math. That's sorry. That's on me. That's just bad math. But it's a long time, all right? I was 1. See, yeah.
Yeah.
Noah's mom wasn't even born yet. No.
Yep. So yeah, it sounds complicated. You was a wee child. Yes,
That's right.
My youngest wasn't even born yet. My oldest was 1. So Noah, you're about the same age as my oldest kid.
There you go.
So that's cool. But I don't know. I'm not sure where I was headed with this.
Yeah, I'm excited for you, Ellie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for your adventure. I'm excited for your passion.
Mm-hmm. Me too. Me too. And we will get together. I'll message you on Discord. We'll figure out a time to
Time is sick
DM.
on this. That is true, August.
Look at all these people that are excited for you, Ellie.
Uh-huh.
August is excited for you. Moonlit is excited. Oh wait, no, Moonlit would also be 1. I thought I too would be 1 that's excited for
yeah.
Ellie.
Would be one who is excited. Yeah.
Yes. How is it having a kid that's 16 years old? I don't know. He's cool. He's my kid.
There you go. Now Moonlit's on board.
Yeah, you're gonna smash it, Ellie.
Yeah.
Do it. It's not gonna look anything like you think it's gonna look.
It's not gonna look like what our journey looked like.
It's not gonna look like our journey either, right? Just like that. And our journey doesn't look like what we thought it was gonna look like.
There's no point in our journey that I was like, this is what I expect and this is what we got.
Yeah, exactly. None of it. It was just always trying something. And you see an opportunity start to come your way. You pick something out and you find an opportunity and you run after it and you take it.
Yeah.
Right? And you see where it takes you. And just like Rashoni said, maybe it wins, maybe it fails, whatever. But you'll learn every step of the way. And from that, you guide your next decision-making process. Like, okay, now we're no longer going to do $10 flat fee international shipping. We're probably never going to do that again, right?
Nice job, Jeff.
Good job.
You'll get there, buddy. You're almost caught up. That's so great.
Yep. And hey, I'd be happy, and we will schedule a time. I'll be happy to talk to you. I want to know more. And I want to see if there's any way that there's any information we can give you that can be helpful. Be awesome. So, I don't know. Other than that, I guess I would say, read How to Have Confidence and Power in Dealing with People by Les Giblin. Like, what does that
Mm-hmm.
have to do with anything in business? It has everything to do with business because it has everything to do with people, and that's what business is all about. We get caught up in the MacGuffin. What's the MacGuffin? Remember this, Ryan? Remember the MacGuffin?
I like it because it sounds like muffin.
You like McMuffin?
MacGuffin is not quite a McMuffin, and a McMuffin is not even a muffin.
Uh-huh.
Who named that product?
The McMuffin?
I don't know why I just got so passionate, but yeah,
Who named the McMuffin? McDonald's.
that is a lie of a product.
It's got a muffin.
They need to be sued for false advertisement.
It's got an English muffin.
Nah, that's not a muffin.
The English muffin.
That's an English muffin. They need to call it that.
It's a McMuffin.
Because a muffin is very different from an English muffin.
You mean like a blueberry muffin?
Yeah. Like, what's a McMuffin? A muffin with mix in it?
Next case, BSS Static P versus McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suing them over hot coffee, suing them over product names.
Anyway, okay, that
I'm
whole thing
only
aside,
joking.
we focus on
kidding.
the MacGuffin. What's the
Yeah.
MacGuffin? The MacGuffin is the thing in your business that it actually isn't the thing. So it's your product or service.
Yeah.
That's the MacGuffin.
Got it. I remember that a little bit.
For Static P, his MacGuffin is his music, the songs, the product, right? The thing we make money off of. The thing that brings in money, that's the MacGuffin. It's not necessary. It's something to pay attention to, but it's not the main thing. The main thing are the people that are consuming your product, the people that are watching your stuff, listening to your stuff, part of your community. That's your business, is the people. Because without them, you have nothing. And so books on people skills, and my favorite book on people skills is How to Have Confidence and Power in Dealing with People. Now you already, just from seeing what you say in the chat, just from reading how you write stuff out, you've got a tremendous personality. And you seem tremendously likable already. So you've got a huge advantage. I was not likable before I met Ryan.
Sorry.
What? You're looking at the McMuffin.
Yeah. Hey, can I have a muffin, please? Hold the Mc. No Mc, please.
And
just
Kawhi
muffin.
is right. McRibs don't have ribs.
Oh, what is this? Okay, that's actually even better of a case than the muffin one.
Than the McMuffin.
Yeah.
The McRib.
Can I have the McRibs? Hold the Mc, actually. Just ribs. That'd be nice.
But there's not even any ribs.
Oh, sorry, we don't have any ribs here. What is the McRib?
What's the McRib?
I'm not sure.
Can I just have the rib? Part of the McRib without the... Well, we don't have ribs. So what, am I going to get a box of air? A box of nothing?
What is the Mc? Oh, you know what it is?
It's rib meat. But there's no ribs in it.
The MC somehow stands for English. Then it makes sense.
That would be Irish.
English muffin. I know. MC is for McDonald, which is Irish, but if it stands for English, then everything lines up. Could I have an English muffin? Makes sense. Can I have English ribs? Makes sense. Because in most of the time in England, like, then the naming schemes, like, it's just not what it is in America. You know, so I'm sure English ribs are probably not what we consider ribs.
Right.
It all makes sense.
It's probably toes.
Even though it's Irish.
It's probably toes.
Yeah.
Ribs are probably toes.
That's right. Chicken fingers are, well,
those are actual fingers from chickens.
Chickens actually do have fingers, technically speaking. And when we eat chicken fingers, that is not that. That is a badly named product as well. Fish fingers. Fish do not have fingers. So I have no idea what I'm eating when I'm eating that.
They don't have sticks either, or wedges.
Someone's like looking at a fish. Hey, Dad, which part's the stick? What do you mean? Like the fish stick. Which part's the stick? I don't see it.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Okay, great. Anyway, sorry, back on topic. Sorry, I just
Yeah, Ellie,
I'm
you're
all
going
over
to
the
do
place.
great. You're going to be awesome.
Yeah.
You're going to work. You're going to dream. And you're going to pray. Those three things.
Yeah.
In reverse order. Pray first.
Mm-hmm. Pray,
And then,
discern first,
yep,
then move forward.
and then dream, and then get to work.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to do all those things. You're going to try things. You're going to succeed at some. You're going to fail at some. It's all part of your journey. It all creates a story. And then years later, you have a story to tell on a live stream. Like me and Ryan's sitting here.
Mm-hmm. There you are.
But yeah, we'll be in touch. It'll be great. So anyway, thank you so much. Ryan, did you have anything else on this topic?
No, I don't. I think that's great.
All right, cool. And yeah, there's lots and lots of stories when it comes to BSS and the history of Static P and some of the moments we've had, and not just in our business, but we've all been really close friends this whole time too.
Somehow we didn't even mention that we had to sing into a cardboard box for our first album. Passed over that.
Yep.
Yeah, my first studio was a cardboard box, a refrigerator box. Actually, it wasn't actually a refrigerator
No, it was
box.
your
It was
keyboard
a
box.
keyboard box. Yeah, it was the box for my keyboard.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
A cardboard box.
Cardboard box. Yep, and we just put a bunch of sound paneling on it because it was better than the room I was in, even though it's neither was even close to ideal.
Yep. Yeah. And one of my drums was an air mattress.
And your desk, your
And
chair.
my desk, a stapler, a pair of scissors.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
All kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Oh. How they sell them? Yeah. I'm sorry, August. Sorry, that's a hard one.
Yep. Yep. I don't know. Unfortunately, you can't call up Uline and say, hey, I need a box of this size. You have to order like a pallet load of them. You know?
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's crazy. But we could tell stories all night, but it's already almost 10:30. So,
yeah, it's already 30 past.
We're going to have to get rolling for this Wednesday, but you'll have to start up a piano shipping company. Hey, man.
Yeah.
There
just to ship one piano out for yourself. Jeez. Isn't this world crazy?
Yeah.
No.
It's wild. It's wild. Make specialty size corrugated cardboard boxes reinforced with metal for a piano.
Yeah.
Guaranteed to set off any metal detector.
Amazing.
Do not take this on a ride with you.
Do not consume within 10 days or ever.
Right.
All the labels.
Yep. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here on Don't Worry Wednesday. We appreciate you guys so much. Go to don'tworrywednesday.com and submit a topic for us to talk about. We love to have your topics. Both the topics that we discussed today came in today.
Wow.
Yeah.
We have to get to some of these other ones too.
We will. Well, we will. Don't you worry. Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, thanks for staying for the jokes and the laughs and everything. You guys are great. We love you guys in the chat. You contribute so much. And
yeah. You guys are wonderful. Thank you so much.
You guys are the reason I love Wednesdays so much. You really are. So
oh, man.
Perfect, Jeff. Good.
That's it. That's the one. That's great. That's so great. He's getting there.
Awesome.
That's so great.
Awesome. He must be listening to it on like double speed or 1.5 speed or something like that. Yeah, that's cool. Awesome, Jeff. Jeff, we love you so much. You're awesome. And the rest of you guys. Thank you so much for being here. We love you. We'll see you next week. Come back to the next Don't Worry Wednesday. It's on the next Wednesday, a week from today.
Yep.
Count 7 days.
If you see a Wednesday, that one. That's the one.
Yeah. Or just, feel free to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Have we ever even
I don't think we've ever said that. Here I don't think we've ever
said those words on this platform ever. How did you we have never said that? That's incredible. Don't forget to like and subscribe and smash that bell into bits and pieces.
Smash that bell, man.
Yeah,
We never plugged the channel. Maybe that's.
Oh my god.
I don't know. We kind of like keeping things small. I know YouTube 101.
YouTube 101. Well, we skipped to 102, I guess.
Hey, you know what? We can talk about how we did a live stream on YouTube for however many years before we ever said like and subscribe.
Yeah, guys. Yeah. I'll do that thing that you're supposed to do for. Wow.
Click that share button, man. Do it. Do it. All right.
Yeah.
And then go to don'tworrywednesday.com. And remember, you guys are awesome. We love you. And we will see you guys next week on Don't Worry Wednesday. Until then, have a great week. We'll talk to you later.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Peace.